Hey everybody, how's it going? John here from incomemesh.com, and let me just start off by saying there's absolutely no shortage of online course solutions out there on the market. In the last several weeks, I've been covering Kartra, Thrive Apprentice, LearnDash. There's more and more of these things flooding every single day. It gets to be a little bit overwhelming because you would expect one of these solutions would work just seamlessly. It wouldn't make you do a whole bunch of workarounds and a whole bunch of gobbledygook to make it work correctly. And yet here we still are without kind of the perfect solution there. And in this video, I want to go ahead and introduce yet again a new contender, and just to kind of give you a full overview of what this new contender is good for, what it is not good for. If it might be for you, it might not be for you, but we'll go ahead and install this on a WordPress website, kind of walk through it and give you your paces and show you kind of where it stacks up in the competition and where it falls behind. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. And this plugin we're talking about today is called Tutor LMS. They're making a very bold claim with what I just introduced with the most powerful WordPress LMS plugin. Now let me go ahead and just tell you right off the bat, the purpose of this plugin is a little bit different from some of the others. So like LearnDash and Thrive Apprentice are very much focused on you kind of selling your own courses on your website. You'll see as we build out this guide and this website, this is actually taking on like a Udemy, where it really wants you to build out a full university with multiple teachers. It's even building in revenue sharing between you and some of the other instructors. They really focus in on the quiz creation where, personally, I never put quizzes on my courses because I don't really want to quiz you. I want you guys to quiz me and make sure that the course content is excellent. So I'd rather you just ask me a question on the course itself. But even to that point, they've got a really awesome question and answer block in this whole build out. There's a lot of things on this plugin that make a ton of sense, but let's go ahead and show you what it looks like as we go. And you guys can be the judge here. So I want to, before we dive into WordPress, show you the kind of the comparison. Right here, the basic plan, this is 100% free in the WordPress repository. This is why I'm making a video on this plugin. It's not because I think this is the absolute best out there. It's because I think this is probably the best free option that's out there right now. As we scroll through, I'm going to make some big call outs here. So you can do unlimited lessons and courses on the free plan. You can have a video player with resuming. I'll talk about, I have an issue with the number of video players they support at this point, but I've already left some feedback, so I'm sure they'll get on that shortly. Questions and answer section is done really, really well. Let's see here. What else is really awesome here? The quiz creation, I think, is huge. I don't think it's really necessary for most of a small business online course creation, but for if you want to like start a real school, it could be very useful. You see where the X's are in the basic plan, short answers, matching. This is all about the quizzes. I'm okay with having less functionality on the quizzes. And then on the advanced functionality, certificates, don't have that. Reporting, that would be nice to have some better reports, but that's okay. Course preview, email notifications. You can handle your email notifications through your own email marketing system. So really, we're not missing out on a ton with their free plan. And you can see here, here's a big one, WooCommerce support out of the box. So this is huge, guys, because this means this has WooCommerce support for free, which means if you're a purchaser of cart flows, you can now sell your online courses through a sales funnel and increase your revenue without having to make a whole bunch of extensions and plugins and all that. And it works really seamlessly the way they've implemented it here. All right, so pretty interesting, right? If I have your attention, it's time to go ahead and dive in and build this guy out. So I have here just a kind of a sample website I play around with. I just picked out a template from Astra's theme, so Astra's pre-built sites. We're using Elementor and Astra on this website. I already have pre-installed WooCommerce, and I think that's about it. And cart flows I also have installed. So depending on how this one goes, we might go ahead and build out a sales funnel. But I think for starters, let's just go ahead and go to plugins, add new, and find that free plugin. So we'll come here and we're going to search for Tutor LMS and pull that guy up. And here we go, Tutor LMS e-learning and online course solution. So here you go. Like I said, this is early days. I think there's a lot for this plugin to do, and we'll make a list of that at the end of this video. But it has 100 plus active installations. This is new, guys, and it's compatible with our version. So don't put this on your real primary business website. I think this is still kind of in the testing and evaluation phase, which is the purpose of this video. All right, so we have installed and activated the plugin, and what happens here is you get one more item right underneath your dashboard for Tutor LMS. If I click on this, you'll see a ton of options here. So this is already a pretty fully baked plugin for being so new. They have the ability to do courses, categories, tags, student data, Q&A. This is awesome. I love the Q&A. So let's go ahead and build out a first course and kind of walk through this together. It's very similar to a LearnDash. You can go to courses, add new, and we'll create a new course. We'll call this first Tutor LMS course. Familiar WordPress interface for building out courses. This does not pull in a custom interface like Thrive Apprentice does, and personally, I kind of like this better. So we'll go ahead and save this draft and give it a little description here, looking forward. All right, so we have a little description in for the course just so we can see what it looks like. Excerpt we're going to skip for now. Let's add a featured image into the course as well. And let's just go ahead and pick a nice little nature scene here. Okay, so we have a featured image. You can add the course duration. Let's go ahead and do that just so you can see what it looks like in the end. Let's say it's a 3-hour and 27-minute course and 17 seconds. We'll say it's a beginner level course. I would like to see this customizable, beginner, intermediate, expert. We'll dive into the settings together and check that out as we go. So here, this is very similar. I have put courses on Udemy before, which is an online marketplace for courses. And so it looks like they've kind of taken those prompts directly from Udemy, which is not a bad thing, right? I mean, learn by copying. So the benefits of the course, requirements, instructions, targeted audience, and materials include. I'll go ahead and pause the video and fill this out very basically, just so we can see what the course page looks like when it's fully baked. Alrighty, so we filled this out a little bit. We put some benefits, some requirements, the target audience, and some materials that are included in the course. We've added that in as of some boilerplate information. You can also do a video bumper or trailer, I think you'd call it, for the course. And here's one of the issues I have with it right now. Currently, it supports YouTube, Vimeo, and an uploaded video directly onto the website. While this is nice, I would much prefer having the ability to put a direct embed code into these video areas. I personally use VooPlayer. I know a lot of people who use different types of, maybe not the most widespread, like they're not YouTube or Vimeo video hosts, but being able to have the option to put in your own embed code, I think is definitely a good idea. But that's okay. Right now, we'll just use YouTube for, let's assume this is a free course, and we'll kind of put some information in here. Alrighty, we've added in a video here, and let's just say it's a 5-minute video. And now you can add an instructor. I think by default, it will add you, whoever's logged in, as the instructor, but you can add multiple instructors here. And this is one of the things that starts to really separate this plugin from the others, is it is meant to really have and house multiple instructors teaching different courses, and all the revenue sharing information is set up really interestingly here as well. You can also add announcements that will show up on the course page here. We'll skip that for now. And we have what we need. Now it's time to actually build out the course. And similar to other plugins, this is separated into topics and lessons. So topics is the top level. So we'll call this introduction. You can add a topic or a summary. We'll just skip for now. We'll add another topic quiz. So after every topic, you could have a quiz. I'll skip the quiz creation for now. Let's add one more topic, and we'll call this the meat of the course. This is where you learn stuff. Alrighty, so we have an introduction and the meat of the course. And then within each one of these, we can add a lesson. So we'll click Add New Lesson here. And this will pull up another dialog box. So unlike, so this is different from both Thrive Apprentice and LearnDash. What LearnDash does is makes a whole new post type called lessons. You can go in and adjust those, and you can use your page builder. You can have full reign over that. And Thrive Apprentice forces you to go into Thrive Architect, and they each have their own really built out ways of doing courses and individual lessons within a course. Tutor LMS, I think, takes a more pragmatic approach. They realize that lessons in courses are pretty much, you put a video in, maybe a few pieces of text, and maybe a download button to download some additional lecture resources. But it doesn't need to be its whole built out piece of content. You don't need to do heavy formatting. So they open up a very minimal text editing window to add your lesson content in. So we'll call this lesson 1 minimal interface. And so you can add whatever content here, like what you'll learn in this lesson. All right, so we have some takeaways here. We can do a featured image for the lesson, which we'll skip for now. And then the big thing is obviously adding in the video source. So again, I would like to be able to do some embed code of my own devices here, and that's not supported at this moment. So we'll do another YouTube video and grab one real quick, and I'll paste in this lesson here. And I don't think it automatically takes the duration from the video and adds it down here, so you have to put that in yourself. So let's say this is a 7-minute and 34-second video, and we'll update the lesson. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish this course real quick and see what it looks like so far. All right, so we've hit the publish button. We should be able to go to first Tutor LMS course, and now you can see this is really built out nicely. So we have our main window here. One initial issue I have is there's like no padding between the header and the content here. I would like to be able to edit this. Maybe I can edit this page with Elementor. Let me see here. We'll check that out in a second. Let's just go ahead and review what we have by default. So we have that video bumper that's up here on the top, so you can kind of pitch your course there. You can see it does a total duration of the course here, how many students are enrolled. So this is going very much off kind of that social proof side where they have reviews for your courses directly there. Looks like I didn't fill out my instructor name. It also shows how many people are enrolled. It gives you what will you learn in the lesson. It also gives you the materials that are included here. And all this was just put in with a couple little lines of text. So this is really nicely done at formatting all this by default. Gives you the requirements that we listed and the target audience. So far it looks really cool. I'm a big fan. We can do accordions to open up and kind of preview the different parts of the lesson. Looks like as part of the free plan for this plugin, you can't preview a couple lessons. That's one of the things in Udemy that helps sell your courses, is if you have 37 lessons, you can give 3 away for free and kind of sell them and get them really hooked on your teaching style. Okay, but overall, this is a good looking page, good looking course about the instructors, a lot of information you can add through here. Let's go ahead and build this out a little bit more. Let's add one more lesson, and then I want to link this up to be sold. This is not just a free course. I want to make some money off this course. So we're here in our course area again. We can add another lesson here. Let's add 2 lessons under the meat of the course. So we'll do a lesson here. Lesson 2, getting started. I don't know. And let me show you let me show you something here real quick. So instead of just selecting YouTube, you might want to say, well, I'll just embed my video here so I can use my own custom player. It's not going to work for you. Let me show you why. Okay, so here I have some of my other hosted videos on a different source here. And to embed that in my website, I simply take this embed code and take it in and put it where I want it to go. Now here, if I go into the lesson, I should be able to go into the text editor and just paste that HTML in and then switch back and have a video there, right? So this should be a video. And then under video source, I'll just leave that blank because it's not a supported option. And let's just say this is a 2-minute and 10-second video. And I should be good to go, right? This is how you would do it in a LearnDash, but you see it actually won't even let you update the lesson in this way because it really wants you to pick one of those video sources from below. That's just kind of one of those things that needs to be fixed, I think, for this to get wider adoption, because YouTube is not a good place to be hosting your premium content, and not everybody likes Vimeo, and I count myself among them. So I'll grab one more video here from my channel, and I'll put this in as another YouTube video just so we have a couple different examples to look at. And now it's happy. Let's do one more. I'll just breeze through this one real quick. Okay, so now we have two what are these called here? Oh, wow. Alrighty, so now we have 2 different topics and 1 lesson in topic 1 and 2 lessons in topic 2. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and update this lesson and let's preview it. We should be able to enroll this course right now. As we scroll down here, what I want to see is this is not set up to be sold yet, so I should be able to simply enroll in the course by myself, and then we can preview the experience, and then finally we'll wrap this up by creating the ability to purchase the course. So here you can see we have the bumper here, which all works really nicely. You can preview the different course content, but these are not clickable yet. But as soon as I click the Enroll Now button, and let's do this in an incognito window. So I want to show you the student enrollment piece. Okay, so we're here incognito window. I can click the Enroll Now button, and this is lovely. I like this so much. So a lot of learning management system WordPress plugins forces you to either go and use that default WordPress login screen, which is scary for a lot of people if they don't know WordPress. It looks foreign, it doesn't stay branded. This is a beautiful little modal that pops up and has you log in directly here. So that's a big win here. And here's one of the downsides. So if I don't have an account yet, if I want to go to create an account, I have not yet found how to customize this registration form. And maybe there's a way, but personally, I am sure that if I ask for a username and an email, some people are going to fall off because nobody does usernames anymore. That's kind of an archaic way of doing things. Additionally, nobody wants to fill out a bio. Why would I ask for a bio? This is made for a very specific type of online course experience, and it's not the type that I think a lot of people are trying to give. It also asks for a phone number. I don't want that, and I know they don't want to give that to me. So there is some problems here, and that's what this video is meant to show. I really want to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is one where I know why they're doing it, but they need to give us the option. And towards the end of this video, we'll scroll through the settings. But let's go ahead and just create an account here for the example. Okay, so I filled in some information. I'll hit the register button. All right, and now I've done no page setup. I just installed the plugin. And you can see already there's a very beautiful kind of learner experience, a learner dashboard here. I can see my dashboard, my profile, which shows the information I filled in there. It will show, making sure my password is not being displayed good. Enrolled courses. So looks like when I try to enroll in a course for the first time and it asks me to register, it doesn't actually enroll me in the course that I wanted to. So I need to go through and find that course again and enroll again. I would like, ideally, for it to create my account and enroll me in the course that I was trying to get into all in one action. But that's okay. That's just a minor nuisance, I suppose. It'll show the wish list, so you can actually add your courses to a wish list. If you give reviews, this will kind of incentivize people to give reviews because it has a little section here in your dashboard, and settings and log out. Now here's something interesting. Everywhere, for every user, by default, there's a button here to become an instructor. So when you click this, it'll give you the instructor registration button, and you can actually apply to be an instructor. And ta-da! I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe there's a way for this to be turned off. I have not found it when digging through the settings. So this is really meant for creating a community of instructors. It's pretty cool. It's a cool idea. It's different. I don't think I really want it at first, but this is what is built in at first here. Pretty interesting. So as we come back to the course page we wanted to enroll in, now that I'm logged in, I should be able to enroll. And it will take us here. Now we're enrolled and we can continue to the lesson or complete the course. So let's go ahead and start the course. And this is probably my favorite WordPress learning management system interface that I've ever seen. I'm a big fan of this one. It definitely takes a little bit from Teachable, some styling from Teachable, which is not a bad thing, and that's all that Teachable does, and so it makes sense to go ahead and copy some of what they do there. So what's cool about this is the video is, it's big and on the side here. If I want to make it bigger, I can kind of collapse this down, and this becomes full width. So it's a nice learner experience. They can go full width and do a lot of cool things here. So it's a good looking experience here. As I pull out the side, what I like is they have the lesson list so you can quickly navigate around and collapse if this is a really big course. What you can also do is ask a question directly here, and this is very intuitive. I have a problem. I want my students to be able to leave questions and leave comments on the lessons. That's a very efficient way to do course support. That way, if somebody asks a really good question and it's right there in the lesson, you can go ahead and update the lesson itself, add the course content in, or just give a thank you in the comment section and help more people. The challenge is if, like LearnDash and Thrive Apprentice, I think they both work this way where the comments on your courses get lumped into the comments in your blog post, and any comments you have throughout your website, that's all kind of consolidated. And so makes it harder to give priority to the comments that were asked in your course. So this kind of fixes that because you have a special Q&A section here built into Tutor LMS. So we'll ask this quick question. All right, just ask a little question here and we'll submit it. And now if you go to Browse Q&A, you'll actually see a discussion thread, which is really, really nice. And what it looks like here is it is made to do a little bit of crowdsourcing as well, where I think anybody can come in and answer a question. which is nice. But more importantly, if I come into the instructor dashboard and I'm here on Edit the Course, let's go ahead and go to the Q&A section. A new bubble will pop up showing how many questions have been asked in your courses. It'll show which course it's been asked in, and I can come here and click the answer button, and it will give me the full question, and it will show which lesson it was asked on. So I can go here and answer. I can place my answer and manage my Q&A much more easily here than in other options. And if I come back and refresh my page from the learner experience, it'll show the Q&A and the question and the answer. So I really like how they're doing that. We'll go ahead and complete this lesson. And it'll auto work you through. It'll work you through the lesson here. So this is completed here. I can come down to the meat. And so you can see it's a nice learning experience. I really do like what this is doing. It is very focused on a certain type of online course. I mean, the idea of everybody can apply to be an instructor. I don't know that I'd want that to be a default option, but it's definitely taking a different direction there than some of the others have done in the space. Let's take a look at some of these other sections here. So we've got categories. So you can lump your courses inside of categories and probably be able to browse individual course catalogs of categories. Same thing, we're going to do course tags. Under the student section, let's take a look here. So this will show all the students that have been created, which is interesting that they're separating that from the users on WordPress. So you might have like some other contributors to the blog, but they're not actually students. So here you can see a separation of those users. It'll also show you instructors. So it looks like this instructor is pending because he requested access, and I've not approved him yet, but you could come in and approve your instructors right there. We've already covered Q&A. Quiz attempts, so you can actually see the progress of people as they're taking their quizzes. Withdrawal requests. So like a university, you might be able to allow people to withdraw from a course at a certain time. And you can also do things like clawing back certain amounts of their payment if it's a paid course. So that's a pretty in-depth feature there. Let's go ahead and go to add-ons and take a look at what you can do here. So as we saw in the beginning of the video, you've got a bunch of different options that are turned off on the free version, but you can turn them on the premium version. So that's nice. I like that. But we don't need much of this for a good course in the first place. Under status, this will just kind of give some back end techie details. And then lastly here under settings, this is important. So we've got our tutor dashboard, which we showed you that dashboard. And we can also go here to WooCommerce and enable WooCommerce to sell courses. Let's save those settings. And what I can do here is quickly, let me pop over to WooCommerce products and add a new product. I want to name a product called First Tutor LMS course. And we'll show you what this does right now. So First Tutor LMS course, let's say we want to sell this course for $27 and we'll just we'll make this a simple product. It's a virtual product. And now a new checkbox has appeared it's a for tutor product. So what this does, if I publish this product, now if I come back to Tutor LMS and I head back to my courses and come into that course I just created, as we scroll down, it gives this new option here for add product. And now I can link the WooCommerce product, First Tutor LMS course. I can link them together and hit update. And now if I view the course in an incognito window, oh, well, it actually shows that I've already enrolled because I didn't clear my cookies yet. So let me do that again. I'll view the course incognito. And now you can see that the course no longer shows free. It shows $27 and I can add it to my cart. So let's do that. And once again, it will ask me to go through this process. Not a big fan. I would rather the WooCommerce checkout process should create that user account here, but that's okay. Let me see if I can remember that login information. Well, you get the idea. What this also enables here from having the WooCommerce pricing is now I could actually create a sales funnel with cart flows. And I won't do that in this video since we've already gone on long enough, but I could create a WooCommerce sales funnel that will allow me to do upsells, downsells, bumps. Maybe I want to include an audio version of the course as a bump offer to go along with the video version. A lot of options open up to you when you bring in the power of WooCommerce into this pretty powerful plugin already. So I hope this is a pretty helpful first impression of Tutor LMS. I am going to watch this one. I don't think I recommend this for people right now because there are some things that you wish you could have control over that you just don't yet. Some of those things are the student registration process. You should not have to ask for a phone number when people register for your courses. That is like basic stuff here. I think that some of the settings, like become an instructor, I don't want all my students to be able to request to be an instructor. That just shouldn't be there. But there's a lot of things for a brand new plugin that this guy is doing correct. So if you enjoy this, if you've been struggling with some of the other premium LMS plugins out there and you're looking for a simpler, better solution, this may be that solution in time. I think right now it's one to watch, one to play with on a side website, and I hope this is a very helpful tutorial. If you want to learn more like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit a like and a thumbs up and all that good stuff, and leave a comment on what you think about the Tutor LMS plugin. I'm John from incomesh.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.